Hey, what's up, bud? Welcome to the channel. Today we'll be reviewing my top 10 list of favorite magic tricks that I've acquired or learned or bought or came upon in 2020. Buckle up because there's some gold in here. Before we start, I just want to tell you guys that all the comments in this video will be put in a pool and sent to my musician friend Eric Vanier, who's gonna write a song with your lyrics in these comments. So make them interesting. It's gonna be the next video. I'm pretty excited. I love these music videos. What about you guys? You guys like the format? Let me know in the comments. Okay, so this first magic trick is Verdis Mental Dye. I bought this at Tannen's in New York City after Alex Boyer behind the counter told me I should, and I've always stayed away from this type of trick. If you know this trick, you know what I'm talking about. I've always stayed away from these methods, but I have been blowing minds with this thing. Basically, the person has a die, they roll any number, and you get them to count from 1 to 6, and by the way they count from 1 to 6, you can actually tell every single time what number they're thinking of. I've done it 3 months now. I just look for excuses to do this trick, which is rare. When you find something like this, it was only $150, and it's so worth it. I recommend you get it. This is my number 1 of the year. So actually, this is my number 2 of the year. These tricks are in no particular order, by the way. You may have noticed. There's so much you can do with this. It gets my highest recommendation. I've only had it for 3 months, so I don't know how long it's gonna last, but I would buy it. You know, I'd pay $150 every 6 months if this thing, you know, failed me or whatever. I'm looking at the stuff in front of me right now. This has to be my favorite. This has to be my number 1. It is Any Card by Richard Sanders. This is the best trick for me that has come out in the last, 5 years, since Double Cross, I'd say. It is so good. I'm gonna go on a ledge here. I'm gonna make a big statement. It is better than the Invisible Deck. It is better than Invisible Deck. It has a routine built in it. I'm not gonna say it's a no-brainer because this trick, you know what? I look for excuses to do this. This is a one-trick deck, so you have to carry this like the Invisible Deck. This is a one-trick, but nothing can top this. It is so strong. Basically, you ask somebody to name a card, and you say, I know what card you picked because I flipped the 4 aces face up inside this deck because I know you picked an ace, right? And they're like, no, magician, boom, you suck, you suck. You take your deck out and you go through the deck, and as your statement says, you really have 4 aces flipped up over inside the deck like this, just like so. You give it to them and you say, are you sure you didn't pick the ace of clubs? Are you sure you didn't pick the ace of diamonds? Are you sure you didn't pick the ace of spades? Are you sure you didn't pick the ace of hearts? And they're like, no, you suck. And then you say, hold on, there's something I haven't told you. These cards are from a different deck, and that makes them turn the cards on their own and see on the back the 3 of spades or whatever card they pick. It is a killer trick. Richard Sanders has done it again. This man is a beast. He puts nothing but gold out on the market. Any Card has my highest recommendation. Are you in the market for a smoke machine? Well, let me tell you, I got you. Smoke E by Bacon Magic. It's the best smoke producing device I've come upon, and it's only $20. No electronics to mess up. It's 100% every single time. I couldn't believe my eyes when he showed me and he told me the price. No batteries, nothing to replace. The cartridges are like $2 each to refill, and they last you hundreds of puffs. Again, it's Smoke E by Bacon Magic. Highest recommendation for a smoke machine. Right now, I'd like to talk about the new illusionist site. Don't care. This one is my trick. It's a trick I marketed with Vanishing Ink Magic. It's called the Baffling Blocks. Basically what it is a hot rod made out of Lego. And why I love this so much is because the presentation is built into it. You say, well, I've been doing magic for so long. When I was a child, magic props are expensive and I couldn't afford them. So I would make my own out of Lego. Immediately, you have the kids' attentions, you have the adult attention. The adults can relate with you because, of Lego, so can the kids, obviously. It's a very cute story. And then they pick a color and it changes to that color on both sides. You change it back. There's so much crazy magic, especially if you hit your, you know what I'm talking about. If you hit your, I'm not gonna say it, but you know. Baffling Blocks by yours truly. Do some curls? You gotta do some curls. All right, the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is a utility device. It is flash paper disguised as Wrigley's gum wrapper. So you wrap this around a real piece of Wrigley's gum, juicy fruit or spearmint or whatever, and it's flash paper. So instead of showing up with a little ball of whatever, toilet paper or Kleenex or whatever, this is so good. I don't know how it's gonna burn because it's been in the Ziploc There you go. That's flash paper. That's by Eric Ross. I'm gonna leave the link below. They're only 20 bucks. You get like a whole bunch. This next thing is, it's kind of like a little guilty pleasure of mine. My girlfriend bought me this for my birthday. It is a brass penetration frame. In almost every magic kit, there's a penetration frame. So I guess that's why it's kind of dear to me, because I did it when I was a kid. Plus, it's a really good trick. Basically, you just take a card and you're gonna, penetrate it through the frame like that. And then when you remove the card, just like so, you can see that the frame is in fact intact. This is such a nice prop, and now that it's made out of brass and glass, I can actually perform it for people when they come over. Now, keep in mind, this is a magic room prop. Like our next trick is a magic room prop. I split effects in categories of where I carry them, where I perform them, based on their characteristics. This next one is a magic room trick as well. It is my favorite one, and I'm so thrilled they remade it. This has been sitting in my magic room for over 20 years. It basically is a coaster and a glass here. And there's 2 coins on the coaster. Somebody picks a coin, you take the other coin, it passes right through the glass. Well, Hansen Chen and Yao redid it. They call it roller coaster. It comes in a Budweiser coaster or a this kind of like decorative coaster you would find at somebody's house or maybe a fancy restaurant. And this one is not Budweiser, Heineken. I was thrilled when I saw these at Magi Fest. They finally made it modern. It's so good. If you can get away with, false transferring a coin, and even if your misdirection is strong enough where you can get rid of the second coin, you know what I'm talking about. They're really well made. They blow people's minds. And what I actually did, a little pro tip, I got a whole bunch of Heineken coasters from different bars so I can mix and match and throw them off the scent even more. I love this trick. It's so strong. The thing with this is I could never carry with me anywhere because it looks so weird, and who would... This next product I want to review is a Sandsmine product. I absolutely love it. Said nobody ever. Sandsmines are like the Trump of the magic world. All right, this last product is, it's a tricky product. It's a tricky product to talk about because you guys are gonna be like, why is that in your list? The dollar stores in Canada, Dollarama, the chain, it's a chain, they just put out these individual little magic tricks, and they have my favorite trick in there. It's the dice bomb. The dice bomb has always been my favorite trick to perform as a kid, to teach kids. You put this in the hands of a child 5 and up, and you show them how it works. They will have a strong, cute, visual trick to show people. It's so good. You guys have all seen it. It's a big black die, and it just changes to a whole bunch of little white dies. You can see that. Black dies matter. You can dump them out, you can show your parents. Oh, I dropped one. Come here, little die. Don't you die on me. I'm allowed one dad joke, even though I don't have kids. I need to stop doing that joke. Let's face it, as magicians, we might be angry that people are exposing the stuff for $1. Doesn't matter. You put this in the hands of a kid that really wants to learn a magic trick, and they will be mind blown. It's easy to do, it's amazing. Thank you, whatever Chinese company that made this. All right, so this last one is called Voodoo Needle. It is blowing up on TikTok right now, so people are actually doing it. It is the best concept I have learned. I mean, it's the best. It's been hidden in front of our eyes in plain sight for like 50 years, and it just became known in the magic world. It's mind-blowing to me. It's called Voodoo Needle. Here's what it does. Now look, you take a needle and you place it in the pad, then you take a pen, and whatever you draw on the side, the needle is gonna move in the same direction as the pen. What? The good spell? What? It's the best kept secret I've seen this year. Go, it's a download. I think it's like 15 bucks. It'll blow your mind and you will laugh like a giddy little schoolgirl when you see how it works. It is amazing. 10, 15 bucks, called Voodoo Needle. Check it out. Definitely a mind-blowing discovery. There you go, guys, my top 10 favorite tricks of 2020. Please consider subscribing. It really does help. If you're not subscribed to the channel, press the subscribe button. It really helps. Like the video, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment. It really helps me out a lot. Don't forget, every comment you write below will be put in a pool and possibly be handpicked for the next video I'm gonna put out, Eric Vanier's comment song. All right, we'll see you in the next video. Peace, bud. What? Why are you still here? Get out of here. Who watches till the end like this? It's getting awkward. It's like you and me sitting in a room just